Hey music lovers, this is J.R. Ryder. Just want to welcome you again to our 2008 Music Notes e-newsletter. As you notice, we've changed the format a little bit and we are now including some video clips. And this is your April 2008 music note, which I'm going to do my best to do these type of video excerpts each month now instead of just text. So we're trying to stay up with technology, and sometimes you can hear the tone of the voice, which may make it a little more interesting. We can put the emphasis in the right place, etc., etc., etc. But I want to welcome all of you subscribers. I'm also pleased to announce that we have hundreds of subscribers to this newsletter, and our seminars have been doing rather well all across the country, and we're signing up more and more every day to this newsletter, trying to educate individuals on both the positive and the negative effects of music. Thinking of the positive and negative effects of music, there's been a worldwide interest over the past couple of years on the effects of music. And in 1974, a lady by the name of Dorothy Redolek did a very interesting case study. She did several, but one of the studies that she did, she took two plants and put them in two separate rooms. In one room, she turned the radio station to a classical instrumental station. In the other room, she played traditional rock and roll music. Keep in mind that rock and roll music includes rap and hip hop because they all utilize the same beat. So at the end of the study, she noticed several things actually during the study. And one of those interesting things were that while the plants were growing, whenever the music was playing in the room where they had the classical music, the plants would actually lean 15 to 20 degrees towards the radio station. Interesting. Now, when she studied the effects in the other room with the rock music, ironically, the plants were leaning 15 to 20 degrees away from the speaker. Now, that should tell us a lot. Likewise, when we listen to string instrumental music and classical music, our brain releases a chemical that acts like a natural healer. It's actually equivalent to a Valium. And they have now found out at certain coronary units in the hospitals that by playing instrumental music a few hours a day has actually helped patients recover because of the release of this chemical in our brains. On the flip side, we release a chemical whenever there's the excess use of heavy beats, and it releases a chemical called epinephrine. Epinephrine, too much of it, will actually weaken the muscles. It causes aggression, has an effect on the reproductive system. And over time, too much exposure or overstimulation of epinephrine will actually burn out your nervous system. So 10, 20 years down the road of listening to music, you'll get to a point where you may not be able to handle stress because the nervous system, which handles the stress mechanisms of our body, have been burnt out, overstimulated through this beat. So we just need to be careful and learn more about music. Turn the volume down, enjoy it, listen to it, but don't overexpose yourself, to too much of the excess beats and that sort of thing. Next month, we're going to cover a little more about repetition in music and some others. But in the meantime, I just wanted to leave you with that little excerpt. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, or if you come across any interesting articles on music, please email them to me. Send me the information, and I will study that and get that information out in one of our newsletters. Have a great April, and we'll see you again in May.